The man was about to be sent to prison, yet he looked unusually calm. Perfect 8-pack abs and sharp V-lines. What stood before them was a flawless body. His fierce gaze was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But the guards weren't afraid at all. They blasted him with high-pressure water without hesitation, then casually sprinkled sulfur powder all over him. At this moment, Jason had no choice but to swallow his anger. He didn't dare resist in any way. Soon, he was thrown into a cell. The moment he placed his prison uniform on the bed, a cellmate greeted him with a friendly, flying kiss. Facing the vicious looks around him, Jason said nothing. Just as the guards outside were about to leave, the noise inside the cell caught their attention. They assumed Jason was about to get beaten badly and walked over, ready to enjoy the show. But when they reached the cell door, they were stunned. Every inmate inside was sprawled on the floor. Jason simply said one thing: they slipped. The guards were completely shocked. The next morning, when Jason went to the cafeteria for breakfast, a bald man suddenly sat across from him and immediately tried to provoke him. At that moment, the bald man's boss walked over as well. Jason finally lost his patience and was about to teach the boss a lesson. Luckily, the guards arrived in time and stopped the situation from escalating. Afterward, the guards escorted Jason to meet the warden, warning him along the way. The man he injured was the prison's race car driver, and the warden hated anyone who caused trouble with racers. Once Jason entered the office, the warden began explaining the prison rules, constantly trying to provoke him with words. But Jason remained completely composed. With no other choice, the warden revealed her true intention. She wanted Jason to replace the deceased racer Frank and continue a brutal game called Death Race. As part of the deal, if Jason won 5 consecutive races, he would be released from prison and regain his freedom. Hearing such an offer, Jason agreed without hesitation. The warden then took him to a garage and handed him over to Frank's former coach. From that moment on, Jason stepped onto a path of no return, and the deadly game known as Death Race was about to officially begin. One day, while Jason was outside relaxing, he accidentally noticed something. The bracelets worn by prison staff were identical to the one worn by his wife's killer. Jason immediately realized this was a setup targeting him. But if he wanted to escape this prison, he had no choice but to endure it for now. Soon, the day of the final race arrived. Jason still wore the painful mask, taking the place of the dead racer Frank. Jason entered the track, and the other drivers climbed into their cars. Then a bus drove in from inside the prison. Stepping out were stunningly beautiful women. They weren't there to watch the race. They were the navigators for the drivers. One woman dressed in black was Jason's navigator this